What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome to the MKO Pugilism boxing channel where we talk all things boxing. Remember to like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, put it on all so that you get notified of all the latest blogs on this channel, all the latest videos that come out. So recently I've been looking at a bit of the news, and admittedly this is a fight that kind of slipped by me, which is this very weekend, this Saturday. We're going to have some cruiserweight action. And it's going to be the rescheduled match that was meant to take place, I believe, last year. And that's between Krzystof Glowacki and Lawrence Okolie. So Lawrence Okolie, 15-0, several knockouts on that resume. And you've got Krzystof Glowacki, who has been a very, very formidable cruiserweight guy. Good fighter. He's only sort of lost to top guys in Maris Bradis and Alexander Usyk, who we all know is a great cruiserweight, who we all know became undisputed at that weight and just seemed to be sort of head and shoulders above all the other cruiserweights. So we know that Glowacki is a quality operator. He's a guy that has so much by way of experience. He's got a lot more experience than has Lawrence Okolie. So I think in this bout it's going to come down to a matter of sort of youth and vibrance versus experience. I think one thing Lawrence Okolie has got going for him in this bout is the fact that he's been active relatively recently. He's been active. He's I believe he's actually fought this year. Admittedly, it was just a run out. I think it's just a 1-2 rounder. It just got rid of this guy rather quickly. So he's had a run out this year, I think. And whereas Glowacki, you've got to go all the way back to 2019 to see his last fight. So I think in terms of momentum, in terms of match fitness and readiness for this fight, sort of freshness and that familiarity with being in the ring, I think Lawrence Okolie has definitely got the activity on his side. It's a good thing he had that run out, and because he's had that run out, I think he's definitely going to have that going for him. I think he's also got the height and he's got the reach. And I think if he can sort of use those attributes, he does stand a very good chance here. I definitely sort of favor Okolie in this fight. I think he's definitely got the strength as well. Because even when he fights the boring fight, sometimes the boring fights, you think of sometimes in his early career for the British title and stuff like that, he would lean on guys, he'd hold and clinch and things like that. And a lot of people, including myself, I'm not really a fan of seeing that sort of stuff. I like to see the action and the skills. But I do understand that sometimes if you're a bigger guy, you do what you can to sort of wear out your opponent and leaning on guys, clinching them, and that you can sap their energy with that sort of stuff. And Okolie's done that a lot of times in his career, and it's what a lot of people don't like about him. But it's good that he does have that physical strength to really impose himself and impose his will on his opponent. I think Glowacki is going to definitely be the best guy that he's ever fought. I think Glowacki is going to go in there full of confidence because he's going in there against a 15-0 guy who's there or thereabouts, who's yet to be proven at world level. This is going to be, for me, his first sort of foray into world level. Speaking of Lawrence Okolie, so Glowacki is definitely going to go in there with that edge and experience, having been there, having done that, having fought at the much higher level than Lawrence Okolie. Okolie sort of fought at British, domestic sort of level, European level, but he's never really been in against somebody like like a Glowacki. So I think that's definitely something to take into consideration when we're looking at this fight. Glowacki is definitely the guy on the not necessarily ascendancy, but definitely the guy with the much more recognizable names on his resume. Whereas with Lawrence Okolie, we're looking at a guy with a massive amount of potential. We're looking at a guy with good attributes. He's got one of the most important things, which is punching power. And he's really been, I'd say when it comes to Okolie, what sort of gives me the thing to pick him for this is that I'm really noticing quite a lot of improvement in his game. I think he's really improving in his boxing under Shane McGuigan. I think McGuigan's definitely getting him to really sort of sit down on his punches. He's getting him to be a little bit more tidy with what he does. He's getting him to use that lovely long left jab a lot more. And I think Okolie can definitely take this fight as long as I think with him, what he'll need to do, just use the attributes. I'd say if he just, keeps it long, as I always like to say, ramrod jab, stiff ramrod jab, and he could basically, for me, keep Glowacki off all night with that. Just ramrod jab, straight punches. When your man comes in, sometimes tie your man up, lean on him, give him a few little digs, and I reckon if he just sort of keeps the fight long, hard straight jabs, straight right hands. He's got a very, very good right hand. I reckon Okolie can definitely do this. I reckon for me, I'm kind of picking Okolie to do it on points. But I think with his punching power, if he carries out the right game plan and he's clapping, and if he's catching Glowacki often enough, I think he can wear him down, and he can maybe get sort of a late stoppage. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good fight. There's going to be some entertainment in this fight. I think Lawrence Okolie's got a few ways to win it. He can even win it boring by the leaning, the holding, and that sort of thing, and the clinching. But I think he's got a good chance here of sort of outboxing Krzystof Glowacki and maybe stopping him. But I just think Lawrence Okolie is going to be a bit too young and a bit too fresh for Glowacki. I think that inactivity in this fight is going to haunt him. I think that inactivity is going to be a problem for Glowacki in this fight. But ultimately, we'll see. I think it's a very sort of evenly matched bout. And yeah, I look forward to seeing this on Saturday. Let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think Okolie can win? Do you think Glowacki might win? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And until next time, this is MKO Pugilism, over and out. Catch you on the next one.